morning, myself Vandana Sharma, Assistant Professor CDOE, Jaipur National University welcomes you all in the BCA Semester 2 session, Unit 4, HTML Programming. Now in Unit 4 we are focusing on forms, how to insert forms in your web pages, attributes of the forms, different controls of the form, how to apply it and what are its uses. Let's start with the session. What are the forms? Forms are the interactive layout where user can input the information. Your information will be input by the user, it will be accepted and then furtherly it can be processed. When we input the information in form of a layout, like you are giving your name, your address, your email ID, you are filling a registration form of a particular website or organization, you fill the information, that information will be accepted, it will be input and then furtherly at the back end it will be processed by the website through the particular database. If we are not processing furtherly the information, then there is no use of it. Basically, the information is given and it is accepted and furtherly used for the purpose, for the database, for the organization, for the task which we have decided all these things, designed all these things, then only the purpose will be solved. So, in HTML, each element has its own attributes that are used to define the characteristics of the particular HTML element are replaced inside the tags. Now we are focusing on forms. Forms are the layout, interactive layout to input the information. That information provide the different functionalities like redirection on the other web pages. Whatever information we are filling, that will be redirected to a particular website and furtherly at the back end that information will be processed by the website. What are the attributes of the forms tags? HTML forms attributes provide different functionalities such as the redirection to a particular web page, auto completion of the text, specifying data validation rules, controlling the behavior of the form submission. Behavior means the look of the particular layout. Now we will be furtherly we will discuss about them. What are the attributes of the forms tag? The first attribute is the action. In the action, we provide the name of the website by which it will be redirected. Which website will be opened by just filling the information where the information is going. Then the method provides the way we are going. Target is the look and layout. In what kind of frames your information will be opened. Information will be opened in the separate specified tab, a particular parent frame. We will discuss about it. Then autocomplete. Autocomplete is a feature. Automatically your words will be completed by writing 2 or 3 letters like it is done in the WhatsApp. As you write the spelling, you write first 2-3 letters, then you get the suggestions. In the searching also, in all the applications like Instagram, Facebook, we start writing and we get the suggestions on the basis of our previous searches and the autocomplete. So that particular feature is known as autocomplete. Encrypted type we have to define. Then we have no validate. Validation rule. What does the validation rule means? Validation rule is specifying the entry of the data on the basis of particular conditions. Like suppose we have taken the example, we are entering the marks of the students, we are accepting the marks of the student in a particular field. There I have to restrict that marks should be less than, it should not be less than 50. Those who have got marks less than 50, their marks will not be accepted. So in the validation rule we have to specify, we can specify the condition. Rupees, if we are taking, you can specify rupees cannot be more than $100, $500, 500 rupees. So a kind of condition, a criteria can be defined in the validation rules. We will discuss them in the detail. Now the action attribute of the form element transmits the user's input to a backend script for processing. Whatever information we are giving will be processed at the backend. If we are not furtherly using it, we are not storing it in a database, there is no use of it. A form is no use unless it processes the information by the user. It is important to pass the URL of the program. It accepts the URL and that URL open that particular website. Your website will be redirected to the URL specified with it. Then we have the example of the action attribute. How can you input a form and how can your form can be redirected to a particular website. So first of all, we have all basic tags which we have discussed, HTML head and then meta character set, what character set we are using, title is given, head is given, then we start with the actual contents body tag. So this is the comment start of the form element. Now in the form element, we have taken the form tag, this is the tag, this is its attribute. Now you must have understood the attribute clearly. This is the http://www.tutorialspoint.com. So in this, your form will be redirected to this particular website. Whatever information we are giving will be opened and redirected to this website. Now we come to the name attribute. In the name attribute, we have to specify what kind of controls we are creating. Using the input tag, we will give the input the control, and in the type attribute, you have to specify text. Text means the text box we are creating. Now the name attribute is there. With the help of the name attribute, you will specify your name. Your name will be displayed as a title, as a caption on the screen. Required means this particular field is required. Entry in this text box is required, compulsory, mandatory. Then you will take 2 lines break. Then we start with the another text box we will be inserting, and the type of the text box is email. Input the tag, type is the attribute where you will write email. In the name caption will be shown as an email, and entry is again required, compulsory. In this way, and finally after these 2 text boxes, this is the short small text box we have created. We will write input type submit. A submit button will be shown at the bottom. Whatever information you will write will be submitted by clicking on the submit button. Form is closed now. This is the small form we have created. First sample example of the form. Now you will see how it will be shown in your browser window. What will be the output of this? See, now this is our first form which we have created with the name is the title, email is the heading given there, captions are there. These are the boxes where you will write down the name of the particular person, his or her email, and then you will submit it. When you will submit it, it will be redirected to the website name which we have given with the action attribute. So you have to keep all these things in the mind. See, now we have started with this. The following example illustrates the use of the action attribute. When we click the submit button, the form will redirect us to the home page of Tutorials Point. Then we have started with the another example there. Input we have given, email ID we have given, and field required is given there. And now you will submit it. It will be submitted, and like this we will show it. Then what are the another attribute, method attribute. What does the method attribute means? Method attribute will show you the get and post values. What does the get and post means? If the default method, get is the default method for the submission of the data, which means if we don't specify the method explicitly, then it will be taken as the get method. If you don't specify the method attribute, then it will be taken as the get. Get means we are getting the data from the user and we are submitting and redirecting it to a particular website. It will be at the backend, it will be stored in a kind of a database, and furtherly we can process it and use it as and when required. Then we have post attribute. Post attribute can be used for the HTTP request body. It can be used on request only. So by default, the attribute in the method will be taken as get. Then we have the following example demonstrate how to use the method attribute for the form attribute. You have to specify with the action. In the action, you will write the name of the website, and then with the name of the website, here you can specify. If you will not specify it, this post, it will be taken as get only, because get is the by default method set inbuilt. Then again the same example is given there. Input type text, name is capital, then required, then email ID, then the submit button. On clicking on the submit button, the user will be redirected to the home page of Tutorials Point. See, now another third attribute of the form is the target attribute. Target attributes specify when you click on the submit button how your website page, like tutorialspoint.com we have given, which page will be opened and in kind of the layout, how it will be opened. If we click on the self, then it will be opened in a separate small frame. If we click on the blank, then it responds in the new window, new tab will be opened. Okay. Then if we click on the parent, then it will be opened in the parent frame. Parent frame means the frame in which we are working right now. If we click on the top, then full body of the window, it will be shown as a full body. And if you write the frame name, then you can specify your own frame name. In that particular frame name, your page will be opened. So this is a kind of the layout. The target attribute determines the target window and the frame where the result of the screen will be displayed in your web page by clicking on the submit button. So how you will specify this target? Again, the target also can be specified with the action. Action is the compulsory. Action is the mandatory attribute, because without this redirection of the website, you cannot work with it. Then the target is the self we have given. You can change the value as and when required as per your layout which you want to open. Then we have non-validation rule. We have discussed about the non-validation attribute. The no validate is the Boolean attribute that indicates the form does not need any kind of validation. No validate is the Boolean attribute. What does the Boolean attribute? Boolean attribute means it will take two values, yes or no. No validate automatically means no validation rule is applicable on it. If you apply it as a yes, means you have to specify the validation rule, and if you click no validate, means there is no validation rule required. It can be given as and when required according to the requirement of a particular field. Predefined conditions. The term validation refers to the process of verifying the correctness of user input based on the predefined conditions. Basically, suppose we have taken the amount is the field where you will be taking the accepting the rupees. So in the amount you will write less than or equal to 50. So less than or equal to 50 will not be accepted. 50 below 50 you cannot give the value. You have to give the value more than 50, less than 50 will not be accepted. Now how can you give the validation rule? See, as we are discussing about the attributes, these attributes can be added with the action. First of all form, then we have action attribute, then we have given the target, blank target is there, autocomplete is given, autocomplete off, and then we have given the method. Method we have given get and no validate, means there is no validation rule applicable in this particular form. Then what is the autocomplete attribute? The autocomplete attribute of HTML predicts and suggests the subsequent input based on the initial character. The important thing is initial characters entered as a input. As we start writing in the WhatsApp, as we start writing in the Google search engines, on the Facebook search engine boxes, Instagram, everywhere, as you in the YouTube, as you start writing some characters. Then you get the suggestions there, and it will be automatically completed by the suggestions just by clicking on them. Suppose you are finding some bhajans, so as you will write BHA, then you will get the suggestions. So this is the kind of feature is known as autocomplete. In the autocomplete you have two values, off and on. On means by default autocomplete attribute is set to on, enabling autocomplete functionality. Your autocompletion will be done, and if you don't want, it is a toggle button, you can click on, you can write on or off. If you write off there, then your requirement of the web application will not be automatically, suggestions will not become and it will not be filled. You will have to write the complete sentence, whatever you are searching, whatever you are filling yourself. Now we have encrypt type. In the encrypted we have to give the lens coded there, form data is there, text plain is there, what kind of document we are creating. Now we will be discussing about the different kind of controls. Earlier till now we have discussed about the attributes of form. Now what are the controls we can display in the form? It is a very important feature. It creates the layout because we have radio buttons there, text boxes there, list boxes there, email IDs there, scroll downs are there. So many things are there. It gives the, basically it enhances the layout of your web page. Interactive form can be created and multiple kind of information can be input in the multiple kind of input ways. What are the different ways? Let's see. The form elements create control for the user interaction within the web page. These elements are also termed as form controls. The form elements enables user to enter information for the server side processing. From the server side processing means at the back end your information will be stored in a kind of a database. And it can vary depending on the type of the control used while creating on the form. For example, radio buttons can be used. For the gender, it depends on the requirement of your field. What kind of information we are taking? If you are writing the name, then you cannot take the radio buttons. For the name you have to take the text box. If you need to write the remark for a particular person, remark for the particular university, feedback for the particular university, then you have to take the text area because there the information will be longer. You are writing gender, then radio buttons will be taken, yes or no. right, or fee is submitted or not. These type of entries, check boxes can be taken for the hobbies. So it depends on the information we are inputting. Accordingly, you can take these controls. Text boxes, check boxes, you must be very familiar with all these things. Radio buttons, selects box, file select box, drop down list boxes are there. Buttons, date and time controls, how can you give the date and time. Then we have month control, week, time, number, email control, UR control. All these are the different kind of boxes can be taken to input the information. Now, first of all, we will discuss about text input controls. So, the text input controls are the further divided information into three main categories: single line text input box, password input box, multi-line input box. These are the three kind of input boxes can be taken. Suppose we have to write a name for a particular student, name, surname, middle name. For these things you can take single line. Only one single line will be provided to write the text. Then we have password. If we take the password text box, password input control, in the password you will get a single line text box, but your characters will not be visible. It will be shown with the asterisk box. Then we have multi-line text box. The multi-line text box, these are the known as also text areas also, where you can write the feedback, remarks and lengthy sentences as and when required. So, then we have how to give this. In the form, you write the first name, input type text. So, text will show that you will be inserting the text box. And then in the another name, this is the caption which will be shown on the screen. Then last name, input, text. So these both are the single line text boxes. They will be providing only one single straight line to accept the information by the user. Now the password input control box. The password input control is also a single line text input, but it masks the characters as soon as user enters it. What it does, it hides the characters. Whatever we are typing, as soon as we are typing, side by side your characters will be hidden. It will not be shown on the screen. So for this, what we have to write? We have to write input type password. In place of text box, you will write password. Earlier above in the above line, what we have given? Input type text. So it is the simple text box where you will write the name, surname, middle name, and in this the password. So password will be taken as a password box. Now we have multi-line input. How can you define a text box as a multi-line text input box? For this, what we have to write? In the form, you have to mention text area. Okay, text area is a form which provides the multiple line input. Text area, we have to specify the rows and columns. How many rows you want? 3 rows, 4 rows, 5 rows. Here we have mentioned 5 rows space will be provided by the user and columns are 50. So a rectangular box of 50 columns, it can be like this. This is the space for the columns, 50 columns and 5 rows. 5 rows, space of 5 rows and 50 columns will be provided. So now we have to enter the description here. This will be displayed as the text box. Heading will be description. Now we have check boxes. Check boxes are the square boxes where by just clicking on them a right tick sign will be displayed and again clicking on them sign will be removed. So these are used to show the hobbies and kind of values like streams we are giving, options when you have to give. When user have to select more than one options, then we can take the field checks box controls. Check boxes are used when more than one options are required as input. So in this, how it can be defined? Input type checkbox. Then names will be what are the values for the checkboxes? Maths, value is on. Maths is there. Another checkbox we have created, input type checkbox, name, physics, then value will be on as a physics. So these two checkboxes will be shown. See now, another what we have taken, radio buttons. How these radio buttons can be taken? Radio buttons are when out of many options, just one option is required. Okay, yes or no, marital status, married and not, fee is paid or not. So in these type of things you can choose. If you have given subject, 4 subjects you have given, and out of the 4 subjects student has to select only one. So in these type of cases we choose the radio buttons. Radio button controls are these are the radio button controls. In the type attribute we specify everything. In the type attribute earlier we defined the text box, text area, check boxes. Now we have type radio. In the radio you will write the subject, value is maths and value is physics. So if we defined checkbox like so these are the two ways the output will be shown like this. If we give the value in the radio buttons, then user can select only one, maths and physics. There is a choice. User can opt only for one subject. If we have given this with the help of the checkbox, then user can take both the subjects can be taken like this. And in this you can select this or either this or that. These are the two options. So this is the difference between checkbox and radio buttons. Now we have select box. Select box is a kind of drop down list box where multiple options will be available. User have to click on that particular arrow. Select box provide features to list down various options in the form as a drop down list box. Basically it is a drop down list box. As you will click on this particular arrow, then a list will be displayed. User can choose anyone from this particular box, from where a user can select one or more options. So how you will specify the drop down list box? Select box is there. Select name drop down. What is the type now? Drop down. And what are the value? Maths, physics and chemistry. This will be shown. Now we have file select box. If we want to allow a user to upload a file to our website, we will need to use a file upload box, also known as file list box. This is also created using the input element, but the type attribute is set to the file. For example, in the following example, we will create a form with file uploaded box that accepts only images. How can you give like this? Name is given there, input type file, then file box will be like this. when we get the view the websites, and sometimes we need to upload some files. You need to upload your files on the drive on a particular website. You need to download something. For this you must have seen the browse button, choose file, choose location. So these type of boxes can be created with the help of this file uploaded except the image. So this is the way where you can create like this. Now the another control which we can insert in the form to represent the different information, file select box. File select box is a kind of box you must have observed, you must have seen during the surfing of the websites, that a kind of browse button, location and select file, these type of buttons are available on the screen, from where you can choose the particular file. You can browse the file from the local disk. So that type of button can be created using the file select box. If we want to allow a user to upload a file to our website, we will need to use a file upload box, also known as a file select box. This is also created using the input element, but the type attribute is set to file. Now this is the example. How can you create like this? First of all, the basic tags are given. After that, we will start with the form tag. In the form tag, you will write input type file. File input shows that a file will be chosen from the local disk of your system, and what kind of attribute it is? File upload. Two things are there, downloading the file or uploading the file. And the target is image. What it will accept? Kind of text. It will be accept as a txt file, it will accept as a image file. So here we have mentioned image will be accepted. Then form will be closed. So what will be the output? How, when you will run this code, this is the output. Here you will get the choose file. Choose file button will be shown there. As you will click on it, you will get the local disk box there, and you can choose any image to upload on a particular site, on a particular app. So this is the way you can insert the image in your web page. Now what we have another is the button control. What are the buttons? What kind of buttons we can create? Multiple buttons can be done. OK, reset, submit, clear and image button. So how can you create these kind of multiple buttons? Button control can be shown. There are the various ways in HTML to create clickable buttons. Clickable buttons means when we create the clickable buttons using the input tag by setting its type attribute to the button, then the particular information will be submitted. The further task will be processed. So how can you do input? Again the input, for all kind of inputs accepting the data from the user, we will take input command. Input tag will be taken. Input is the tag. Now in the input tag we have taken the type attribute. With the type attribute we can take submit, reset, buttons, image. So 4 buttons we have created, and what will be the values? Captions are given there. Submit button, reset button, OK button and the image button. And then what the value will be shown there, what kind of their attributes, and they are empty elements are closed there. Then you will close the image from where you will insert the image, what kind of image will be inserted, and then form is closed, body is closed and HTML is closed. So this is the way. Now that's all with this session. Now in this session we have discussed about what are the forms, how can you insert, how can you accept the information from the user. So to accept the information from the user, we need to set a particular layout. We need to create a kind of form as we get the hard copies when you go for some hobby classes, some colleges and some universities for admissions, you get the form. hard copy you get and you fill the information there. Nowadays everything is done online, so we get the online forms to accept the information for the user, and that particular information can be given in the different layouts. That controls we have discussed in this session. All the input boxes, that radio buttons, check boxes, text boxes, text areas, password buttons, then the reset button, submit button. So we have discussed many buttons and many controls of the forms, and in the another session, next session, we will be discussing about many more controls of the forms. How can you insert many more things in this, date and time and etc. So that's all. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.